Hi there, I'm Dan, and this is Lowell from Dowty Engineering.
Hello.
Today we're looking at an example studio rail installation, trying to give you an idea of how all of the different components that we've shown in other videos work as a cohesive whole. So here we have two longitudinal tracks and two transverse tracks. And in a television studio, you would have something like this.
Yeah, this would be a standard sort of TV studio setup. We've seen it in enormous studios, also tiny studios.
And you end up with multiples, not just two tracks, you end up with just tracks and tracks and tracks, and overlapping transverse tracks and all sorts.
Yeah, indeed. And we've also shown a studio rail sort of curved. We've just done it as two sections.
Yeah,
it's basically to show it in use as a curtain track.
It's a baby perimeter track, if you will. In reality, it would do the entire perimeter of a television studio.
Yeah, usually as sometimes a single track, sometimes double track, sometimes triple track, depending on what you do. But the brilliant thing about having the studio rail actually as your curtain track or you know, something around the outside,
you can hang off it.
Is you can hang other things off of it. We see TV monitors hung from it. We see all sorts of things really. So you can use the same carriages. It's the same bit of kit. It's really, really handy.
Yeah.
It opens up all sorts of possibilities in TV world.
Especially within something like an articulated carriage, you can then go and fit screens.
Yeah,
we've seen screens, haven't we?
Yeah, we have scenery
stuff.
All sorts of random
sunblinds in some of the TV studios we saw up in London.
Yeah, indeed, something to block.
Yeah, where they were in office buildings where the sun would shine through, they'd use it to go and do that.
Which is interesting.
You've got braked carriages, which you can work with an op pole, just popping them through, release the brake, move backwards and forwards. And then obviously the rails themselves, you can move very easily.
And it really, this system, if you install it in an entire room, it gives you the possibilities pretty much of putting whatever you're hanging at any given point, any point in that room.
Anywhere.
So if you imagine, you know, the room we're in and you've got something in that far corner, you know, you can pretty much get everything down one end of it.
Yes.
You can split it up. You know, it's so multi-use, and although it's primarily TV studios, it's wasted only in TV studios. I personally think it's brilliant for multi-use studios.
Do you think how many theatres have barrel grids and so on and so forth? If they had studio rail, they could do vastly more.
There's so much work involved in moving. You know, if you need to move to the other end or to a corner with a barrel grid, you know, it's a tower and a hell of a lot of work.
We see it in schools and community centres as well, don't we?
Yeah,
which they're using exactly a multi-use space which is designed to do absolutely everything. Put that up, and it's your imagination's the limit, really.
Yeah, it really is. It's such a brilliant system. It really does work well. And we've seen it, it's in so many installations now. We've got it all over the world, been used on a daily basis. It's on, I think, it's in breakfast TV studios we see every day.
Yes,
and
everything from great big ones to the smaller studios.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
And we're seeing it in sort of small photographic studios as well now, where people are realising that actually they haven't got a lot of room. They'd rather everything was up in the air, you know, rather than space on the floor.
Yeah,
you know.
and so suddenly you don't need all the stands everywhere. Suddenly you cleared up and you're actually making real use of your space.
Yeah. We've also seen it in art installations.
Yes.
Where they're taking a bare room, they're putting exhibits in random places, and the exhibitions are changing fairly often. This gives you the capabilities of actually completely changing the whole look really, really easily without dismantling everything. You know, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.